Good evening once again, folks. First and foremost, once again, happy holiday season. Hope you all enjoyed a great New Year's Eve and New Year's with you and your loved ones. Well, as previously requested and promised, I'm actually loving doing these videos. I know that my wife gets a kick out of it. The normal Joe Schmo tech enthusiast, my take and my opinions, as well as my wife's, which, are a little on the unparalleled, but what have you. The Nvidia Shield TV versus the Roku. Throughout the years, I have had everything from the Apple TV to the Amazon Fire, to the Xiaomi stick. But honestly, in my opinion, the two that stand out the most, they're the easiest to handle and quite frankly, the best of them all. The Roku and the Nvidia. Quite frankly, my wife and I kind of differ, but we come together. My pros and cons when it comes to the Roku. I like a lot of side loads and whatnot, and obviously with the developer option of the Roku and not knowing whether an app that you kind of side load onto there will even last, that's one of my cons when it comes to the Roku. The Roku now I know has a new one with Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos support. I haven't tried that one yet, but I probably will, probably sometime this week as well. My wife already knows that when I talk about it twice, I'm probably going to go out and get it. One of my major cons about the Roku is that it's slow. Obviously, when you have something like the Nvidia and you go on to something else, it's slow. And this is one of I'm an IPTV enthusiast. In this house, we don't have a cable box. We are IPTV. Big time.
Of the Arnold classics over the years.
Well, I've been more the assistant offensive line coach, but
I know that some of you...
Sundays at 11 on...
You care.
Which is what the holidays are all about.
And to help him get a part in front.
I know that some of you might say that I might be a little bit off my rocker, that it's actually pretty quick. We do have over a gig of internet. Both the Roku and the Nvidia are both hooked up to Cat 8 cables. Whoops, that's a lie. The Nvidia is hooked up to a Cat 8 cable. The Roku is hooked up just to a standard Ethernet Cat 6E cable. Quite frankly, the Roku is very stable. That I will say, the Roku is a very, very stable device. Right now we have it on 4K 60 Hertz HDR. It does not support, this particular version of the Ultra does not support Dolby Atmos or Dolby Vision. It does support Dolby Surround. It does sound great. It is very stable, as I said. To me, it's a wonderful backup. My wife does not consider it a backup. My wife, I think, likes them both at the same kind of place, but different.
Not really, no.
My wife likes the Nvidia basically because she's been playing a certain game on it and whatnot, so we also have a gamepad for it, so she loves it. We have 2 Nvidias and like 3 or 4 Rokus in this house. In my daughter's room, there is a Roku TV. It actually works flawlessly, to my surprise. Cheap, 43-inch. Got it on sale for like a little bit under $200 at Target. Surprisingly, runs quite well.
For the kids, it's great.
I'm more of an Android enthusiast, always will be. I switched the inputs now on the soundbar. This is the Nvidia. I truly believe the Nvidia is just the ultimate streaming machine. We have the Nvidia Shield TV. Personally, I have absolutely no complaints. We've had the Nvidia here since it was the first generation. Very impressed. We actually have the tubes now, which, you know, run 8 gigs with, you know, an expansive drive and whatnot. Honestly, I'll show you why I believe the Nvidia is, in my opinion, the superior machine.
What do you have there, John?
Very crisp.
It is more crisp. That's why I do.
Very fast.
I like the Nvidia more than the Roku, 100 times.
The Nvidia
It's-
supports Dolby Vision, HDR, HDR10, Dolby Atmos, Dolby Digital, Dolby Surround, DTX, DTS. I mean, the Nvidia has an AI upscaling mechanism that is outrageous. I'm to understand that this version of the Nvidia is kind of future-proof, where it can go 4K 120 hertz. At this time, we don't have a television that's 4K 120 hertz. We do see that sometimes the Nvidia and the TV, technically speaking, aren't meeting up at the same time.
That TV's not 120 hertz?
No, Dave, the HDMI inputs. We had this conversation a couple of days ago.
Oh, I think you should explain
people,
that. I don't
think
know.
people know what I'm talking about. When your inputs, you know, we have HDMI 2.0 inputs. We don't have the 2.1s that are capable of a 120 hertz. The TV obviously is 120 hertz, but this is a 2018 Sony OLED low tier. Quite frankly, I truly believe it's a great TV, but obviously it's not what it's supposed to be right now, like the LG CX series, that all of their inputs are 4K 120 hertz and HDMI 2.1 ports. Basically, in my opinion, the Nvidia is the ultimate streaming device for those that might be wanting to spend less. The tube I know is $150. The box itself, which is the Nvidia Shield TV Pro, I know it's $200 at Best Buy. I've never looked for it on Amazon. I'm pretty sure that they're found out there cheaper. While the Roku Ultra, the new one, I know that it runs for $80. I am going to go ahead and try that out. My fingers are itching for it.
Oh, Lord.
Quite frankly, my opinion, you know, this Nvidia has everything. I'm to understand that they're going to have a massive update pretty soon, and that a new version of the Nvidia Shield is coming out in September of this year. I will be first in line to buy it, of course. My wife knows it, and you all should know it too, so I will be doing a review on that in September. Other than that, this is a short one. I believe, yes, the Roku is pretty good. It should satisfy all needs. For those that have medium needs, and not like myself that I like AI enhancements. I love Dolby Vision. I love Dolby Atmos. I love Dolby Atmos even more now. You know, my wife and I were listening to Dolby Atmos demos at the stores. Now we just have Dolby Atmos here and we love it. We have literally gone out and bought more 4K movies.
And they inspired us to do videos.
And they basically inspired us to do videos. So, with that said, for those of you that might have some questions, just my personal opinion on the Nvidia or the Roku, please ask away. If you'd like, hit that subscribe button. I mean, you know, this is the first time I'm going to say that. You know, I hear that in a bunch of other videos. You know, millions, God knows in how many languages. But if you want, hit that subscribe button.
Or if you want us to talk to you about something specific.
Yeah. Honestly, my wife is actually planning on doing some videos on interesting appliances. We are big fans of the Ninja brand. So with that said, thank you very much for tuning in. I know that I'm not being specific.
Wait a minute.
Yes, I'm waiting a minute.
So let's make a list here because some people are interested in knowing which one they should get. So you're saying don't even think about the Amazon?
I would basically say that if you're thinking about anything Amazon, I would just pretty much call it a voice assistant.
Okay, and now we're talking about the Nvidia and the Roku. Reliability, you're going with?
The reliability, I can't say reliability, I'm going to say more stability. The stability, I will give it when it's on the Roku. But for crisp, awesome sound, awesome everything, yeah, honestly, you can't go any better at this point right now than an Nvidia. You can't.
Well, yes, I agree with that. I think the Nvidia is great. We watch all our fights and games on the Nvidia, like sports games and stuff like that. But we always go back to the Roku if it starts to buffer on the Nvidia because a lot of people are watching, and the Roku's always works.
Let me
but the thing is
specify
that
what she
it's
just
more
said.
blurry.
Well, let me just specify what she just said. That's based on IPTV.
Yes.
That's basically based on IPTV, where their servers are loaded because everybody's watching the same, you know, super fight, you know, like a couple of weeks ago with Canelo. But honestly, the Nvidia is
Okay, the next thing on the list.
the one.
For pricing, if it's just for, you know, TV and stuff, I think the Roku's better price.
I can't say for TV. I know that Roku has the Roku channel where you get, you know, a bunch of free stuff and quite a few free channels. Nothing worth writing home about, but you know, what have you. I mean, if you have a good streaming app like the Disney app, Netflix, Hulu, what have you, you know what? Or if you have a certain IPTV, which I don't promote, but you know, they're on there, yes. Roku only does a few IPTVs.
And how much is a Roku?
The best Roku right now is $80. It is the Roku Ultra Dolby Vision HDR10 yada 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 Dolby Atmos. I want to try it out. I'm to understand it is really good. I know it's not Nvidia good. And I'll keep saying that. I don't work for Nvidia. I don't work for Roku. I work for a name company and this and that and whatnot. But I'm giving you this as my opinion. And honestly, my wife and I, you know, we have children. And quite frankly, you know, because of COVID, we don't get out much.
And we've seen a lot of people getting ripped off, like even our own parents with big companies for cable.
Yeah.
So if we can help somebody.
My father, my goodness, what he pays for Uverse, and I'm like, oh my. and he doesn't even get a 50th of what we're getting. But anyways, with that said, if you have any questions, anything, please comment, like, thumbs up, thumbs down. We take criticism too and whatnot. Ask me questions.
Well, be nice. Be nice.
Yeah, I've been around Nvidia and Roku for wow. With the Nvidia Shield, I've been with them since like 2015, and Roku even before that. So, and unfortunately, I also do have
Nvidia's
experience with that
yeah.
Amazon thing. We have not tried the Apple TV 4K. Maybe in the future. But right now, I just don't see the point. I believe iOS is it doesn't have much of a future. Android is forever. I know that comment right there isn't going to get me many likes, but that's my opinion. That's why Android is around. So, with that said, thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. Give us your honest criticism. Throw some questions out there. Whatever you guys like, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. God bless you all. On behalf of my family, my wife, and myself, stay positive, and most of all, test negative. Blessings to you all.